Okay.
It's like the steakhouse.
Oh yeah? Yeah. Bye. See you later.
Hvorfor kommer jeg? Hvad foregår der siden vi venter?
She wanna look at me.
Kere. Guarda fönster.
Today we're going to go backwards. Where? your little boat, Siobhan. See it?
Lies within the human soul. Mine is not just the story of an island that once was a hill, or of a nation that once was in chains. I am Robben Island. My stories speak. Wretched soul, merciless guns that are on my shoulders, turned me into a place of unmuddied suffering, uncomfortable or unmotivated, destitute, benevolence. Asians and British.
Okay. Hmm?
Unfortunately, I don't know anything on Robben Island except the prison.
Hi.
When we reach the prison, that's where I will be talking. Unfortunately, outside the prison, I cannot say anything. However, you've got the right to ask me questions. I will give you answers, even if I don't know anything. The second point is that I don't have a driver's license. I don't know how to drive. But you don't have to worry. The bus is going to move. How will it move? I don't know. It is always advisable. Please fasten your seat belt. If you don't have a seat belt, please hold tight. Yeah. All right. Bye-bye. Ladies and gentlemen, before we start everything, can I please make some few requests? One, I'll start with cell phones. Let's make sure that our cell phones are dead. If any phone rings while I'm talking, that will be 50 rand fine. If you don't have money, I have the keys. So, someone else should have cell phone. And secondly, we request people not to smoke in the bus or anywhere. You can only smoke at this area. And ladies and gentlemen, you can take as many pictures as you want as you're driving along. Because I don't have a driver's license, I'll be driving too fast. And if there's something that you see that you want to take a picture of, you've got the right to stop me. It might happen that you want to take my picture. You are free to take my picture. I won't charge you the fee. Unfortunately, I don't know how to smile. Are there any questions? Do I have questions? Around 1967, 1968, by political prisoners. You know, when people used to come to visit us here, I guess you have seen a boat, a blue and white boat, I think Rachel Dyer's. Susan Brewer. That was the boat that was used to bring prisoners on Robben Island. It was also used to bring our visitors. When they disembark from the boat, then they will have to go straight to that white door. And at all times, there will be prison orders here with dogs, guns, and everything. Now, people are not allowed to go here. And prisoners were not allowed to come this. You could not see who's visiting you until you go in there and meet your visitor in there. Prisoners on Robben Island were all classified in D groups. And as a D group prisoner, you're only entitled to have one visit every 6 months. That will last for only 30 minutes. The situation was improved in the 1970s, where a D group prisoner was entitled to have 3 visits in 6 months. And as time goes on, the situation was improved around 1980s, where a D group prisoner was allowed to have 1 visit every month. And at that time, that's when people begin to move in better gradings, A, Bs, and that sort. The A groups will be allowed to have 3 visits in a month. And their visit will always be contact visit. They will go behind that structure. The yellowish structure, that's where the contact visitors will be having visits. We're never giving shoes. Instead, they'll be given a pair of sandals. They'll be given short pants and also short sleeve shirts, khakis and the likes. The Kalas and Indians were the only ones who were given better uniform at that time, because they will either be given long pants, be given long sleeve shirts, and then a pair of sandals. Unfortunately, one will be given 1 size 10 and 1 size 12. You cannot ask why are you giving those different sizes. Are there any questions? Don't forget to fasten your seat belts. It is built on top of the grave of who was banished on Robben Island in 1744 and died in 1745 and was buried there.
Don't do that.
On the right-hand side, again, the maximum security. All people are suffering from leprosy. We're taken from mainland to be kept here, both whites and blacks, females and males. And ladies and gentlemen, while they were here, they were not to be given medical attention, but was just to be isolated from the rest of the society, so that they should not meet with normal people. 42 healthy babies were born on Robben Island. How did their mothers conceive? No one knows. We're still investigating that. In South Africa, the number of diseases that were here, right from the 1800s, it was leprosy. And also we had polio. We had chicken pox. We have smallpox and the like. Of now recently, we have TB and HIV and AIDS. Maybe just before I can open my big mouth, is there any medical doctor in here? Raise your hand, don't be afraid. There is no medical doctor. I'm free to open my mouth and talk. If, ladies and gentlemen, you can go to the medical journals of South Africa, you'll find that the number of people who are sick and who die, and the number of them are diagnosed with TB than AIDS. Which means in South Africa, we have less people who are dying out of AIDS than any other diseases. Even those who are HIV positive, even those who suffer from AIDS, prefer to be diagnosed with TB rather than the very same disease that suffers them. For the simple reason that we people who claim that we are normal, we tend to neglect those people, we tend to isolate them, and we tend to move away from them. If my friend can be discovered that they've got HIV and AIDS, I therefore move away from him or her. She's no more, is no more going to be my friend.
Houses in which to live, and when they were separated, or did they just live on the island under the bushes?
They had buildings, houses, and the likes. Unfortunately, in 1931, it was seen that leprosy is not a contagious disease. They were taken out of this place, and those structures were all destroyed, except one church. If I'm happy, I will show you. Okay. After the bus tour, we'll be going to prison, the maximum security prison. That prison have got 8 sections. This section was one section that was seen by the prisoners as a leadership section. That's where people like Nelson Mandela, Walter Sisulu, Ahmed Kathrada, Raymond Muhlaba, Andrew Mulangeni, like Maharaj, Lalu Chiba, Billy Mayer, Figile Bam, Neville Alexander, and the likes were locked. In total, there were 32 in that section. And initially, those people never had work to do. At all times, they were not allowed to meet with other prisoners because the prison warders saw them as influential, while we saw them as our leaders. While they were there, they fought to be given work. The first work that they had to do was to break stones using 4-pound hammers with nothing to protect them. They complained about doing that work in that section which was confined. And ultimately, with the help of some other organizations, like the Red Cross, which came to Robben Island in 1966, the prison owners decided to take them out of that place and brought them in here. They were promised that they will be working here for only 6 months, given primitive tools to dig this land. And if you may ask me what was the land used for, I don't know. What I know is that it was used to work, whitewash the buildings, both on Robben Island and not allowed to wear sunglasses. They had to face the stone with their naked eyes. Those who are next to the window, if you can just look outside, you can actually see the glare and feel the glare on the stove. You cannot even look at it for 5 seconds. It will have effects on you. So imagine for a person who has faced that stove for 13 years, or for 11 years without taking sunglasses. That is why a number of them became semi-blind or small blind. There is also a dust that came out of the stove, which is very thick. When it's windy, that dust will get into their eyes. Pack itself there. A number of them have got problems with it. Nelson Mandela in particular had to undergo an eye operation. His tear glands were destroyed. And this is where his tear glands were destroyed. And ladies and gentlemen, while they were here, they were not allowed to move out of this quarry during waking hours. They will be waking for 9 hours a day, 5 days a week. And at all that time, no one was permitted to go up there. There were prison warders. 4 of them will be up there, and there will be 2,000 penguins. Unfortunately, I know all of them by their names. That is Peter and Pamela. The daughter is coming to the back.
Oh, it's cute.
I have introduced myself. I'm now giving you an opportunity to introduce yourselves. I will take it seat by seat. There is a book written by Benjamin Bofra. It says, how can a man die better? All other buildings were destroyed. It takes 3 minutes to reach Cape Town. Only place of emergency. And on the left-hand side is the sporting grounds, built by the prisoners, maintained by the prisoners, used by the prison warders. But currently, they're used by the villagers. And you know that we are still bidding that we should host Olympics in 2016. This is when the finals will be made. The top house by the prison warders. In 1943, and the building on the mountain site was built in 1841. The church, as Robben Island, we used this as our primary school. Opened in 1997, with 10 children and 1 teacher. She said that was the best year because she could not attend any staff.
It's okay.
You see 2 of them because most of them are still training, preparing for the next World Cup.
I'm going to take a picture of them.
My darling, you're too far away.
What's the name for you? Don't do that sign now. The prison owners ran to rescue the tuna fish first. And then after that, they rescued the people. And in total, on the shores of Robben Island, we have 31 shipwrecks and a bus. Before the lighthouse was built, they used to make fire there to alert the ship that this is a land. At that time, we had only 16 shipwrecks. After the lighthouse was built, we had like 1 shipwreck plus a bus.
Okay. She's getting bored.
Joined me. My name is Phineas Poho. I was a prisoner here. I was arrested in 1984 and convicted and sentenced to serve 15 years in 1985. That's when I arrived in this prison to serve that long sentence. Fortunately, I never spent 15 years in prison. In 1990, I was released after serving 5 years. Unfortunately, 15 years after my release, I still find myself stuck in the premises of this prison. But I'm not just a prisoner. I'm here to take care of you. I'm going to lock you here in this cell, keep you in here until I am happy. There will be one thing that makes me happy. You talk to me and ask me questions. If you don't do that, forget about freedom. And I said to the group that I was with in the bus, make sure that you switch off your cell phones. I'm saying this to the group that have walked up from the harbor to here. Please switch off your phones. If any phone rings while I'm talking, that will be 50 rand fine. You answer it, I add 350 rands. You don't have money, I've got the keys. You are free to take pictures.
Yes, but those who are in charge by that time, for example, you do that to other individuals. For instance, there was a board that you showed that most of the senior prisoners will use that as a toilet. Why was it so evil?
Okay, difficult question. Difficult question for me. Firstly, maybe let me just say that when I made a reference to the Group Warriors Act,
We're going, madam.
Food was brought to different sections. The simple reason for that was that we should not talk to one another. But we as prisoners always have something. We use the kitchen staff as our post offices. They will bring food to the sections. And for the people in A section, which I'll tell you who were those people, and the people in B section, they used a tennis ball. Please don't ask me how. I might give you how they did that when they were in another section. Please join me.
Hello. Walk, you're gonna fall, my dear. You will. Yeah. Okay.
And listen to transport those letters out here for the group discussion. They will wait for Wednesday. While Washington will put the letter in there, with the kitchen staff, as they will go to take food, will take out that letter, take it to the kitchen, where they will just write or multiply the copies of it, which will be across the sections. And ladies and gentlemen, in here, because of the fight, they managed to force prison owners to give them work. And they were given these stones. Some of the stones were as big as the slaves that were used to build this prison. 4-point hammers. With those 4-point hammers, they had to break those stones to make concrete out of bed. They will be working for 9 hours a day, 5 days a week, with nothing to Shall we occupy the benches? Prison warders were very nice and good to all prisoners. No, on that day, good to all prisoners. No, on that day, every person was given warm clothes. As you can see from Mandela and Sisulu there. And in this section, they were given old and torn clothes to pretend as if their work is there for only 6 months. Unfortunately, they completed 13.5 years. It was only 1979 when the land quarry was closed and they found themselves without work. They were kept in here doing nothing. That's when they decided to build this tennis court and a volleyball court here. And ladies and gentlemen, as the time goes on, this tennis court was very, very much valuable in Christmas, especially for message purposes. You know, before, prisoners would always put the letters under the water tunnel there. And when it's raining, the water will destroy that letters. Until this side, they decided to take a tennis ball, cut just a little hole, and put the letter inside. Pretend to be playing. And the one who's this side will hit the ball very hard so that it can jump at that wall. When it falls that side, the prisoners will always say that look, they said they wanted to play sports, but they cannot. And the people who kept that side, most of them were student leaders. The group that was arrested from 1976, people like Sibudi Mangena, Andrew Masondo, no, Amos Masondo, was currently a mayor in Greater Johannesburg, Seth Cooper, Seth Mazibuko, Tara Lekota and the like, they were all kept in there. And those people are the ones that will take a letter, hide it somewhere, and give it to the kitchen staff that will go and multiply it and give it to different sections.
Now one.
You know, I was in this section. Yes.
With the red bucket?
That's number 5. 5 more.
Is this one? That was Nelson Mandela. Wait. With the red bucket?
But 3 options. Ask me options. Or choose a second. Choose a second. Here, do I like it or not? I want to answer that question. Firstly, it is important for us to note that the South African government at all times wanted to oppress the majority of the people. When I'm talking about the South African government, I'm referring to the government prior to 1994, from the Nationalist Party, Herzog, Malans and Kere, they all made it a point that in this country, they all govern by themselves. And if you can go and look at some books, I will encourage you to get a book that is written by Gavin Bailey, which the title is Learning from Prison. The first point that he addresses there is the born of Afrikaner capitalism. And he says that why are we looking only at African capitalism? Why can't we put on that? You find that organizations like Broederbond, the DRC, the National Reformed Churches and the likes, they came up with the idea that they should defend the white supremacy in South Africa. It began from that point, whereby they identified blacks, and when I'm talking of blacks, I'm referring to the Indians, Colours, and Africans, as non-whites and as the threats to them. And that made the Nationalist Party government to come up with this law that is here. And we, as people who oppose government here, we were brutally harassed. You know, some of us are fortunate to be not here. Out there are a number of cadres that even today we do not know where they are. There are a number of people who were brutally killed by the South African government, people like Bani Monokwane. There were people who were hanged, like Andrew Zondo. That was done by the South African government in order to stop us from doing that. And ladies and gentlemen, of all the brutalities that I spoke of here, a number of them happened to those who were kept in stations and their lives. Today, as South Africans, we are standing here saying that we have overcome that. As former political prisoners, we are saying that Robben Island should never be used as a prison. We acknowledge the fact that in 1994, we attained only political liberation. Socially, we still have problems. There are groups that feel that they are white, they need to be kept as white. And there are some of us who feel that we need to pay revenge. We have learned from the struggles of other countries that those who came at 4 o'clock and arrived here at 4:30, and arrived here at 4:30, remain here. And there is a bus up there for you.
Yes.
Mommy, my forehead.
Let us walk to the bus.
My forehead is.
Is that our bus? Great, yeah. If you go on the bus, Shivona, it means you're going around on the bus on the. Here, I want to take a picture of you guys here. Shivona, give her. Put her shoes. Put her shoe on. Quick, quick, quick. Quick, quick, quick. Will be. And what?
Mommy, can they have one with me?
Huh? Oh?
Just one note. Can you write
Rachel? Oh my God. Yeah? But the sun is behind me.